Hey everyone, welcome back. This video is for all the course creators and online educators out there. Here I'm going to show you how you can create and enroll users or students in Thinkific directly and automatically from WordPress website. So guys, if you are an online teacher and you are tired of manually managing and organizing your online courses, then stay tuned till the end because here I'm going to show you how you can automate the process of creating and enrolling new students inside your courses in Thinkific. So Thinkific is a course creation platform. In place of this, you can use any other course builder as well. And we are going to set up this whole automation without any coding just by a few clicks. So let's get started. To set up the workflow, we are using an automation tool known as Pabbly Connect. And this is the landing page of Pabbly. And I'm going to paste this link in the description as well so that you can sign up for free from here and you will get free automation tasks every month. Okay, so you can just sign up right now from the given link and then you can sign in and reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. And from this dashboard, click on this create workflow button. Here you can give a suitable name to your workflow. Let me give a name here. So I have given this name here. Now let me click on create button and you can see the workflow page is loading up here. And on this page, guys, you will find the basic building blocks of our automation, which are the trigger and the action. So guys, trigger is that event which starts the workflow and the action is the automated response or the consequence of the trigger. In our use case, guys, we want that whenever someone fills our enrollment form in WordPress website, then this workflow should trigger, then check in Thinkific that if this student or user already exists or not, and if it already exists, we are going to enroll it in a different bundle of course, and if it does not exist, first we are going to create the user and then we are going to enroll it. And all this process I want to be automated. So for that to happen, first of all, in the trigger I'm going to search for a plugin of WordPress which is called Elementor. So guys, I have created the enrollment form with Elementor plugin of WordPress. So search for Elementor directly here. You will find it. Then select it. Then select the trigger event as new form submission. And it will give you a webhook URL here to create a connection with this plugin. And you need to follow these steps written here to make this connection. So guys, let me open the form that I have created. So guys, this is a form, a small form I have created using Elementor. You can customize your form according to your need. Okay, I just created it simply to show you the demo. And here guys, you can see I have this edit with Elementor option. I'm going to open the editor of Elementor. So this is the editor, guys, and when you click on any of the elements here on the form, on the left hand side panel you will find this content section. And so when you scroll down here, you will find this actions after submit option. So when you open it, you will find this add action field. Here you have to add an action which is called webhook. So you can just search for webhook option here and add it. And as you are going to add it, you will find this webhook option available here, and when you open it, you will find this webhook URL field. Okay, so in this webhook URL field, you have to paste this URL that you got. So just click on copy and paste this URL here inside this webhook URL field like this, and then click on this update option right here. Okay, click on update. And the form or the page you have created using Elementor is now updated. And now let me open this. So I'm clicking on view page option, and the same form will open up. And here you can see, guys, as I have copied this webhook URL, here it started showing waiting for the webhook's response. This means now we can perform a test submission. Test submission means now you have to manually fill the form and submit it. So let me just fill the form. So I'm filling the name here as dummy name. Let me fill in the email address as this. Then click on next. Here let me provide a test phone number and the message as this. Okay, and here I'm clicking on submit. So here you can see the form submission is successful. Okay, let's check in our workflow if we got the data. And here we have received the response in this section, and here it started showing all the details that I have filled. So this is how the data is going to appear when a real student is going to fill the form. Okay, now with the help of this data, let's move forward. So here it is showing this action window. Here you can select your automated action. So as and when I'm going to receive the form submission, I want that this workflow should check that if this person who have just filled the form is already present in our database in Thinkific or not. Okay, for that guys, I'm going to connect with Thinkific here. Okay, and I'm going to use the action event as search user. Here you can see we have this search user option. Select this, then click on connect button. From here, select add new connection, then click on connect with Thinkific. Here it is asking for the subdomain of Thinkific account. So guys, to get this subdomain, you can open your account URL, and from the top search bar, you can copy the subdomain from this URL of the account. So guys, let me open my account. So this is my Thinkific account guys, and here you can see on the top search bar I have this URL present here. So in this URL you need to copy this subdomain name from this slash to this dot. Just copy this name, and you can see in the example after this forward slash my subdomain.thinkific.com. So this my subdomain is the subdomain name. Here you can see I have copied the same from here, and you need to paste it here like this and click on save, and you can see we are now getting connected. So the authorization is successful and we'll be connected in a moment like this. Okay, and here it is asking how you want to search for the user, from email, from external source, or ID. So I'm selecting email option because we have received the email address here from the form, and I'm going to map this email label here in this field, in the search value field. So just click here, and from the previous step, here you can see as I'm clicking here, the trigger is appearing in the drop down, and when you click on it, you will find all the data right here that you have received in the trigger. So from here, map the email label. Here it is asking how many pages you want to search. So the default value is 1. If you want to search more than 1 pages, you have to put the value here. Right now I'm just entering the value as 2. Okay, now click on save and send test request button, and let's see how the response will appear. So this is the response we have received, and here you can see started showing the data ID here, item ID. This means this person is already present in Thinkific database. Okay, so this is our existing student, right? Now if we got an existing student, we want to enroll this student in a new bundle of course. Okay, and if it doesn't present, I want to create the student and then enroll it. So we have two conditions here. First condition is that the student is already present. Second condition is that there is a completely new student. Okay, so for these two conditions, we need to create two different paths of automations. Okay, for that to happen, just click here on this plus icon, and another action window will open up. Here I am going to use router by Pabbly feature. With the help of router, you can create conditional routes or paths for getting something done according to the predefined conditions. So here we have two conditions, so we have two routes here. Okay, so let me rename the routes for your better understanding. So now you can see guys, the two routes are renamed as student exist and student not exist. Okay, so when you click on this set filter and action steps, this window will open up. Here you will find this filter option. So with the help of this filter, we can define the condition here. What is the condition? So when this route is for this condition that the student is already exist. So when the student exists, in this response of the previous step, you will find this item ID label in which you will find the ID of the user or the student. Okay, and when the student does not exist, this item ID will not be here in the response. Okay, so let me show you that also. So here, let me just manually change this email address, and let me just put a random email address, okay, just to check this situation. Okay, so I have added completely new email address here, and let's see how the response will appear when I enter or map a completely new email address. So here you can see, guys, when there is a completely new email address, this is how the response will appear. Here in this response, you can see we do not have received the user ID label. Okay, let me just map the email address again, because it is necessary to map the email, because we want to automatically check this thing, that this workflow should search for the user automatically. That's why we have mapped the label. So whenever you are going to receive new response from the Elementor form, the label will be updated here, and it will be searched again automatically. Okay, so here you can see, let me click on save and send test request, and you will receive the data in which you are going to receive the ID here. Okay, so when student exists, we are going to receive this ID. So I'm going to apply this condition here in this first route. In this filter, you just have to click, and from the second step, map this ID, and in the filter type, you have to select exist option. Exist. Okay, then click on save and send test request button, and you will see that it started showing the condition is true. This means that whenever the student is going to be already present, the item ID will exist in the response of the previous step. Okay, so when this condition meets true, we want to enroll the student in a new bundle, of course. For that, just click here on this plus icon, and from this action window, I'm going to connect with Thinkific again, and here the action event I'm going to use is enroll in a bundle. Here you can see we have this enroll in bundle option. Select this, then click on connect button, and from here, now guys, we have already connected with Thinkific in the second step. So every connection that you create is saved in your account. So if you want to make the connection again with the same application, you can use the save connection. So for that, just keep this existing connection option selected, and then click on save, and you will be connected again with the same application. Okay, like this. And here it is asking to select the bundle. So I have only one bundle here, so it is auto populated, and here it is asking for the user ID. So guys, we need to map the user ID by clicking on this map button. Okay, and here you can see this is how the user ID should appear. So remove this help text, and from the second step, from the search user step, you will find this item ID. Just click on it to map it here. So this student whose ID we got will be enrolled in the bundle. So if you want to if you want to add expiry date and activation date to this enrollment, you can do that also. Right now, I do not want to use these things. I want to keep it enrolled for lifetime. So I am just mapping it here. And here I am clicking on save and send test request button to add the student inside the bundle. So we have received the response here. You can check here in the Thinkific as well, inside this users section, that if the new user get added here or not. So I have refreshed the page, and let's see. And here you can see, guys, we have got this student which was already present, named as dummy name. And when I'm going to open it, you can see this student is got enrolled in this bundle. You can see previously this student is enrolled in these courses, but right now it got enrolled in this MB courses whole bundle. That's what we wanted, that if the student already exists, enroll that inside the bundle, and it happened here. Okay, so this is how you can set up the first route. Now coming to the second route. In the second route, what we are going to select, the same item ID label, I'm going to select it here, and right for this route, I'm going to select the filter type as does not exist. So when the student is not going to exist in the response, this item ID label is not going to exist. So click on save and send test request here, and right now it will show that the condition is false, because the because this time the data we have received from Elementor is already present in our uh, Thinkific package, Thinkific database. But when this condition meets true in real time, this workflow is going to continue. And what we want then we want that the student should be created first as a user, then got enrolled. So I have opened another action window, and here I am going to connect with Thinkific again. Select Thinkific. Now for this route, the action event we are going to use is create user first. Create user, click on connect, use existing option, click on save, and you will be connected again. Right, and here it is asking for the first name, last name, and in the email address. So we are going to map these things from the trigger only. Okay, although the data we have received, in that data we have an existing student, but in real time the data is going to change and it will work. So guys, just click here, and from the first step here you can see we have received the name. All right, but in this name you can see we have received the name. In the same label we have the full name. We do not have the first name and the last name separately. So you can separate the first name and the last name using a feature of Pabbly Connect, which is called text formatter. So after first step, you can just click here on this plus icon to add one more action step, and here I am going to connect with text formatter feature of Pabbly. Search for text formatter, and the action event I am going to use is split text to separate the first and the last name. Click on connect button. Okay, and here it is asking for the text, which text you want to split. So just click here, and from the previous step map the name label. Okay, here it is asking for the separator. So this means from which character or from which place you want to split the text. So I want that this name should be splitted from this space. So just copy this format written here like this, put it here in the separator field, and here it is asking for the segment index. So here you have to select all option, then click on save and send test request button. All right, and here you can see the response in which we have two labels, result 0 label and the 1, and here we got the names separated. This is the first name and the last name. So now we can use these labels here in the second route. So let me quickly come here. So guys, here you can see in these labels, now let me map the name from the second step. This result 0 is the first name, and here this is the last name. For the email address, use the first step, the trigger, and here you will find the email address, map it like this. Okay, and it is showing for the password field and the roles and all these things. You can select, you can use all these fields guys if you want. Right now I'm just showing you the demo, so I'm not using all the fields. I'm just mapping the phone number also. Okay, right, now after mapping all the data, you can click on save and send test request button to create the user first. Okay, so click on save and send test request. All right guys, so we have received this response. Here it is showing that this email has already been taken. Okay, so the user is already created, as we all know. So guys, for this step, what you can do, just close this, and here from the trigger you can capture the response one more time. Okay, from the form, and I'm going to fill the form again with completely new data deliberately, so that we can get the you can get this step completed. Okay, so I'm going back in the trigger, and I'm going to click on recapture button, click on yes, and it will start showing waiting for the response again. So let me quickly fill the form again. Okay, now this time I'm going to use a new test name with new test email address. So guys, you can see I have filled the form again, and here I am clicking on submit. All right, so the submission is successful. Now the response will appear here. So guys, we have received the response. In this response, we have received the new email ID. So now refresh your whole workflow and the labels will be updated. Now coming back to the router, here in the second route, In this Thinkific create user field, you will get the labels updated. You can see all the labels are automatically updated. And here, let me click on save and send test request button one more time. And let's see if we got a new user created. And now the new user is created and we have received the ID here. Okay, you can see in this response, we got this ID. That means a new user is created. Now I want to enroll this user. So just click here on this plus icon and connect with Thinkific. Use the action event as enroll. Okay, enroll user. Then click on connect. Use the save connection. Click on save one more time. All right, from here you can select the course. Then here it is asking for the user ID. So just click here. Okay, so first of all, toggle this map button to on, then click here. And from the last step, map the new ID that is created. Okay, map it. If you want to provide the activation date and expiry date, you can fill in the data here in this format. Right now I'm leaving these things blank, and then click on save and send test request button to test this thing, and you will find a new user with this course enrollment in your Thinkific account. You can check it from this support your student section. You will find the users here. And here you can see, guys, we got this new test user created here. Let me open this. And in the enrollment, you can see it got enrolled in the stock market make easy, which we have selected from the workflow. It got enrolled here. So this is how it is going to work, guys. So we are done setting up this automation, and you have to set up it only once. After that, it is going to work automatically whenever you are going to get a new form submission on your website, and the student, if it is a new student, it will be enrolled in a new course, and if it's an old student, it will be enrolled in the new bundle. It will happen automatically, and I'm going to paste the link of this workflow in the description so that you can clone this workflow in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly. Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.